Hello students, welcome to Thakur Vidya Mandir High School and Junior College. Chapter 1 Principles of Management Part 3. Henry Fayol's 14 Principles of Management. Henry Fayol, father of administrative management. He worked as a French mining engineer and a management theorist. Started as an engineer at a mining company and became director in 1888. Viewed management as a profession that can be trained and developed. First one to analyze the function of management. He is sometimes called as father of administrative management. Following are the 14 principles of Henry Fayol. Division of work. Division of work means the work is divided into different kinds such as technical, financial, commercial, accounting, managerial, etc. It is assigned to employees as per qualities and capabilities. It also improves efficiency of employees as well as improves productivity of the organization. Division of work also leads to specialization. For example, here you can see in the following diagram. In an organization, the work is divided amongst the employees according to their skill, capabilities, qualities, knowledge, etc. Authority and responsibility. Authority means power to take decisions. Responsibility means obligations to complete an assigned job on time. Authority without responsibility results in irresponsible behavior. Responsibility without authority makes people ineffective. Therefore, it is said that authority and responsibility should go hand in hand. Here you can see in the following diagram, a manager has given the authority to complete a task within a given time. He should be held responsible if he does not complete the work in given time. Managers have authority to take decision on its own in respect to achieve the goal of the organization. Discipline. According to this principle, discipline is the most essential thing in the organization. Employees must obey and respect the rules in the organization. It helps to achieve goals in the organization. Good discipline results in effective leadership. There must be clear understanding between management and employees regarding the organizational rules. Discipline should be observed at all levels of management. Unity of command. According to Principle of unity of command. Each member of the organization should receive order from only one superior. It helps to avoid confusion. It also helps in managing conflicts and solving disputes among people in the organization. If an employee receives command from more than one superior, he will get confused and will not able to take decisions. For this, organizational hierarchy should be well defined. Here we can see in the following image where red dot is superior and green dot is subordinate. To the left side of image, one superior is giving instruction to many subordinates. That's why it is a right approach according to unity of command. Whereas to the right side of the image, two superiors are giving instructions to many subordinates, where subordinates will get confused, and that's why it is a wrong approach according to the unity of command. Unity of direction. Unity of direction principle states that there should be one head and one plan. In every organization, each group in the organization should have same objective and the group should be directed by one manager using single plan. Here you can see in the image where the one manager is giving direction to all the employees to achieve the same objective of the organization. Subordination of individual interest to organizational interest. According to this principle, organization interest should be given priority over individual interest. While taking decision in the organization, the manager should always consider the interest of whole group rather than interest of single employee. Similarly, the employee should protect the interest of the organization first and his personal interest should be subordinate. For example, here you can see in the following diagram, here all the employees are working like a group to achieve the goal of the organization, which is the organizational interest rather than satisfying individual interest. Centralization. Centralization means concentration of power or authority in one hand. It is suitable for the small organization, but if the size of the organization is large, that is the large organization, decentralization of power or authority. Decentralization means dispersal of authority to different people or different levels. There should be proper balance between centralization and decentralization in the organization. This is to be done according to the size of the organization, nature of the activity, etc. Here you can see in the following image, to the left hand side they had given centralization where one head, that is the red dot, is the superior or the head of the organization, is managing the whole organization, all the levels of management, all the departments. Whereas to the right hand side of the image, It is the decentralization where the red dot, that is the head of the organization, has given the authority to the different people at the different levels by creating the different departments like accounts, marketing, sales, HR, production, etc. Remuneration. According to Henry Fayol, principle of remuneration means remuneration to staff or employees should be fair, which will satisfy them financially as well as retain them for long span of time within the organization. The fair remuneration affects on the productivity and efficiency level in the organization. The remuneration should be fixed by taking into consideration the skill, knowledge, market trend, profitability of organization, etc. Scalar chain. Scalar chain means the hierarchy of authority from the top level to the lower level for the purpose of communication. It helps to ensure the orderly flow of information. Traditionally, organizations used to frame large scalar chain which is time consuming. For example, a general manager informs the information to respective production manager. Then production manager will pass it to supervisor. The supervisor will inform it to foreman and so on according to level of authority. For avoiding this longer chain and to take speedy decision, direct communication is followed by various organizations which is known as gangplank. For direct communication, proper permission of the authorities is necessary. In the following image, the communication should be flow between D and G should be flow through proper hierarchy like D to C, C to B, B to A to E, E to F, F to G. But to avoid delay or in emergency situation, there will be direct communication between D to G. It is termed as gangplank. Order. According to this principle, it is based on a place for everything and everything in its place. Human resource and material should be in the right place at the right time to achieve maximum efficiency. Human resources should be placed at the right place and on right job. This principle focuses on the proper utilization of resources, that is physical and human resource. Equity. Before starting explanation for equity, let me make it clear that equality and equity is not same. Equality refers to equal opportunity and the same level of support for all employees of organization, whereas equity goes a step further and refers to offer different levels of support depends upon need to achieve greater fairness of outcomes. Let us see in the following image the concept of equality and equity, where you can see to the left hand side equal treatment is given to all the people, that is equal support is given to all the people, then too they are not able to achieve the goals. But to the right hand side, more support is given to the required person so that that person or all the person will able to achieve the goal. Now start with the explanation of equity. Management behavior should be kind, just and fair to all the subordinates while dividing the work, delegating the authorities, deciding the monetary terms, etc. There should not be any discrimination between the employees. It is also suggested that the remuneration should not depend on the department but at the level on which subordinates are working. The employees working on the same level but in different departments should be paid same wages. This equity will help in avoiding conflicts in the organization. Stability of tenure. At the time of recruitment of employees, the management should assure them about stability of tenure or job security, that is, permanent job in the organization. It plays very important role in creating sense of belongingness among the employees. Job security minimizes employee turnover ratio. Insecurity in job always affects the efficiency of employees, which is also bad for the organization. Initiative. Initiative refers to volunteering to do the work in an innovative way. The freedom to think and work on new ideas encourages employees to take initiative while working on given tasks. This initiative should be motivated by the manager, including through discussion of new ideas. It also helps in creating healthy organizational culture. Esprit de corps. Esprit de corps is a French word which means team spirit. Henry Fayol has given emphasis on teamwork, which means union is strength. All the employees in an organization should work as a team to solve difficulties and problems in the organization. Manager should create a spirit of teamwork and understanding among the employees to achieve organizational goals easily. Students, we had completed 14 Henry Fayol's principles of management, but it is little bit difficult to remember all the points. So I had made mnemonic in the form of dad, UC, USSR, where dad replies to child in the form of "Oh, I see," where dad UC, USSR is in the form of D, stands for division of work, A stands for authority and responsibility, D stands for discipline, U for unity of command, C for centralization, U for unity of direction, S for scale chain, S for stability of tenure, R for remuneration. And in the case of OIC, where O stands for order, I for initiative, S for subordination of individual interest to organizational interest, E for equity, and E for esprit de corps. Thank you, students.